today's video, I've taken apart the crescent shape arrangement that I made in a previous video, and I've made a really pretty, cute little design in this ceramic container. Welcome back. Now, you will have already seen in a previous video me create a design using this gorgeous pink container that I always think is shaped like a banana, like a boat shape. I've taken apart all the flowers that are just here by my side. I'm also going to remove the greenery, and I'm going to create a different design using this container here on my right. Now, the flowers that I'm going to be using have already been cut, some of them a bit short because I've used them in this design here. But I always think it's important, if you follow me on the channel, you know I like to be able to show you that flowers can be quite versatile and that you don't necessarily have to buy a certain set of flowers for each particular design. These flowers are from a supermarket bunch. It's 3 bunches that were from Lidl. They cost £2, I think it was £2.29 or £2.49, and it consists mainly of pink roses. You can see these on my side. Some red spray carnations, a very small amount of gypsophila and pistache greenery, and there was also a really small amount of grey eucalyptus, and that was one of the reasons for me choosing this container, because I felt the colour link with the eucalyptus worked really well. It was fairly neutral, it almost works like a background colour, and I think it's going to work really nicely with the pinks and the reds. There's a full block of floral foam that's been wedged into the container, and I've just added a little extra at the back there to hold it into place. But I'm looking at creating a front facing arrangement, so an arrangement that doesn't have any flowers at the back, although you could recreate this as an all-around design quite simply. Now, these pieces of greenery are already short, so there's not a great deal I can do with these other than place them into the arrangement at the length they already are. So I'm going to give them a fresh clean cut on the bottom. 2 pieces there, I didn't realise. A fresh clean cut on the bottom. I'm going to work around the edge, around the perimeter of the container first, to give myself a little bit of an outline. I'm going to work all the way around so that the gap between the foam and the container is hidden. I'm going to leave the back empty for a minute, only because it reminds me that it's a front facing arrangement. If I fill in the back as well, I'll forget and I'll end up making it an all-round design. So let's pop that in. So it's a little cluster of greenery. If we look at it from the side, it comes forward to give us a profile, and at the moment the back is quite flat. That just helps me remember exactly what I'm going to do. And then this piece that I didn't use in the previous arrangement, I'm going to cut into 2. So that was 1 piece, cut that into 2, and that's going to give me a little bit of extra height, bit of extra fullness. And I'm placing this towards the front and the back of the foam so that I'm getting a nice sort of rounded shape from the top. And I've almost gone the same height as my container on top. So I've got that sort of domed, almost like a posy shape. And then what I'm going to do with a few pieces that are slightly longer is just extend the height a little bit more. Now, if you don't have eucalyptus like me, it can be any long, thin greenery. It does help in this type of arrangement to have foliage because it covers the floral foam. And if you don't want to use floral foam, you can do exactly the same with wire netting. I wouldn't be able to do it because my flowers are cut too short and I don't have the stem length to place them right to the bottom of the container. So I'm going to be using foam. But generally speaking, I've got a nice bit of even coverage. And I'm going to move this one. But generally speaking, I've got a bit of even coverage. I don't want to make that triangle effect with a point in the middle. I want it a bit more rounded. I am wishing I had a little bit more greenery for this area here, but that's all that was in the bunch, so we're going to make do with that one. So a rounded sort of shape on the top, no point in the centre to make it a triangle, and if we look at it from the front, it's nice and full and has almost like a rounded shape on the top. So I'm going to start with the shorter roses that came out of that previous arrangement. Again, I can't make them any longer, but what they will do is give me a lot of ground coverage and help to cover my foam, and it's also going to give me depth. So the design is almost going to be in levels. It's going to be in sort of tiers, and hopefully by the time I finish it's going to have a bit of a round shape to it. I need to bring some flowers right the way towards the back as well, so that the design doesn't appear like it's flat. To get that three-dimensional effect, we need to come round the back as well. And I'm angling my flowers upwards rather than at this position, which is going to give us a triangle. So I'm going down almost diagonally into the foam rather than crossways in a horizontal position. That's most of my shorter flowers used up. I do need another one here in the centre. Now I've only just taken them out of the floral foam from the previous arrangement, but it is still really important that you cut the stems before placing them back in the foam, because they won't take up water, and obviously without water they're not going to survive. So I've got a ground sort of base layer of flowers. Now I'm going to go with a slightly longer set of flowers, expanding the arrangement out as I go. Now this style of arranging is quite fashionable at the moment in wedding work, where you see lots of flowers like hydrangeas used down low at the base, or gyp, and then you almost layer up the flowers as you go. I think I've used all my short flowers, so I've got a couple now to start elevating the height. And already I've got quite a full and quite sumptuous arrangement, but without creating that very traditional triangle shape. So I've got 3 left. I'm going to bring 2 towards the front. Again, I'm not bringing them out at this position here, which is going to create that triangle effect. I'm going to push them more diagonally down into the foam. But I need this one to be longer so that the arrangement isn't too squashed together in the centre. Would help if I looked at it while I was making it. And then my final one, I think I'm going to bring up more towards the back. Now this is a really simple design to do if you're a beginner. Cover your foam with any type of material. It could be foliage like mine, or it could be gypsophila. In the summer and the autumn when there's hydrangeas, you could use a big hydrangea at the base. Chrysanthemum blooms work really well, so do carnations. So it's quite a flexible design, but you do need to have longer flowers to elevate up and create some height in the arrangement. Now I'm going to go with the gyp, and I'm going to cut this all in one go. There are some really short pieces and a few longer sections, but I'm going to cut those in one go, and then it'll make it easier. Oh, look, that snapped. So let's cut that down a bit shorter. It'll make it easier for me to place them all in one go. So the tiny short little pieces need to be tucked in really close to the foam, and this creates depth. Don't think it's wasting flowers by putting them really close to the foam. Don't think that everything has to be really high. By placing flowers down low, you're creating the depth and then giving the arrangement that three-dimensional effect. Little pieces like that are just as valuable in a floral design as the longer pieces that will work nicely up towards the top. Where's this final one going to go? Round on this corner piece here. And then there is one last piece that I didn't see, and that can come up here towards the back, over onto what is my right-hand side. So what do we think so far? These two may be a little close together. Let's just move that one over slightly. Now, if you didn't have the spray carnations like I've got, then you could create this design with just roses. You can mix the colours together as well, but that on its own has made a really pretty arrangement. It would be ideal for a gift for somebody, or it would work equally as well in the centre of a table. Now, not everybody likes the red and pink colour combination. I think the two colours work nicely together, and I'm going to do the same format. Anything that's already short is going to work nicely towards the centre. I think this is an arrangement that you can do without worrying too much about the rules and regulations. Just create a little bit of base weight. Don't do what I've done there and create almost like a visual line with the red carnations straight across the front. I'm just going to move this one a little lower down, so we have a bit more of a curved sort of shape rather than that really severe line. That solid line can be a bit overbearing, a bit unnatural in a design. And then I'm going to work my way through adding in lots of the red carnations in and around all my pink roses. So some of them are sprays, and I'm not going to cut those down into individual flowers because these are going to be so nice higher up in the arrangement. I have got a couple of longer stems that I'm keeping here on my side for the edge, but I'm working with the spray carnations, the shorter ones first. Now, if you're a commercial florist and you're working in a shop and you're preparing designs for Mother's Day or for Easter, then this is a really good one to do because you can prepare it a couple of days in advance, keep it in your cooler, and then it'll be ready for you for those busy days. You can also create a design like this with lots of leftover flowers, broken flower stems. If you're a church flower arranger and you're taking apart large pedestal arrangements that you might have made the previous week, but you don't want to throw the flowers out because they're still in quite good condition, then this is a really good one to do with those short stemmed flowers that you've got left over. I'm going to use the buds as well because that introduces a completely different texture and a different size head, but I'm concentrating on keeping that round sort of shape rather than making it too pointy on either side and making it more like a triangle, which is a bit more traditional. Not only does this style work in like a plain flower pot like I've used here, but it also works really well in those more ornate urns that I've got behind me. You need to do it in a bigger form, and you're either repeating the size of the container on top, so we have equal proportions top and bottom, or you make the top section bigger and fuller and much wide to make it more of a classic sort of style urn. I love the little buds. If you've been watching me arrange with spray carnations, you know that I love the shape and the added interest it brings into the arrangement, and we shouldn't waste anything. It's just as lovely to look at as a more open bloom. Now, these flowers that I've used here have been used in 2 previous designs on the channel, and I did have them in the studio for maybe 3 days before I started arranging with them because I wanted them to open a little bit before I started using them. But if you are making this yourself at home, you can buy your carnations and your roses when they're still in bud. You don't have to get them when they're showing so much colour like these ones here. If anything, I would avoid buying spray carnations that are fully open like this because they're not going to last as long as those that are in bud. So my final placement, I think I need to concentrate more on what I'm doing when I place these in. I think this has turned out so pretty, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to make a florist funeral wreath with the same amount of flowers. If you're not aware already, I now have a membership side to the channel, which is a paid subscription, but it goes into more depth with the floral designs. And on that channel, I'm not only doing traditional sort of arrangements that you could use in the house, I'm going to be looking at more commercial designs and funeral work as well. And if you're interested in joining, then there is some information below. You'll notice with the gyp that I've added in, it's quite close to the floral foam, and that is much better than surrounding your arrangement in this big frothy cloud of gyp that hides all the individual flowers that you've placed in. So 3 bunches at £2.49 I think each has created a design that's quite impressive. I hope you've liked that one. Before I finish today's video, I need to remember just to cover the back of that floral foam. And what I'm going to do is to use some garden foliage. This one is Fat's Hedera. They're quite large flat leaves, but they work really well just tucked in on top of the floral foam to make sure it's completely covered. And that will stop the foam drying out too quickly. I hope you've liked that one. Don't forget to stay to the end of the video if you want to see close-ups of the finished design. I would be really grateful if you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to be told every time I upload a new tutorial. Like, share and comment, because that really does help other people find us. And if there's something in particular that you would like me to make, then pop it in the comment box. And I look forward, as always, to seeing you in the next video very soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.